What's up, Wolfpack? It's me, DJ Wolf. Today, I'm going to be giving not a quick, but I will be giving a starter guide for creatures of Sonaria. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get into it. So, when you first start Sonaria, you'll be given 3 starters: a herbivore, a carnivore, and a aquatics. Well, a flyer, a aquatic, and land. If I remember correctly, it should be a list. Where's list? List. Okay, a list. This will be one of the starters. This is the best starter you want to go with. So when you spawn in, or when you get ready to, you click on the creature, and it'll say next, and choose one of these empty slots, and it gives you the chance to color your creature. Now you can, after you color the creature, it'll let you save your designs, like I have here. I might change it, but that lets everyone customize their own creature, giving the palettes they give you. And then there's missions for some creatures to get the second palette. As for this, you gotta be swimming for 10 minutes. And there's sometimes, for some creatures, there'll be differences in how male and females work. So for the list, females have like little things on the side of their face, as the males have like a little beard. Now once you actually play, you will find yourself somewhere randomly spawned out here in the wild, and as you can see, this is our first example of battling. This is a cosser, or spawn killer, if you would like to presume it that way. Now, there's a thing called turn speed in this. Considering what you are, you might have good turn speed or bad turn speed. The bigger the creature, usually the worse turn speed it has. This guy is extremely lagging around everywhere. I'm surprised he can even run. This is an example of what your death would look like. Now, when you die, you can revive your creature to exactly where it was with the revive token. Sadly, I don't have one to show, but yes. Now, I will show off a little bit of how coloring works. I should have probably done that earlier. So when you color, they give you different specific spot codes or different areas, so you can color like that, or you could just take the bucket and color it how you want, and just paint in where you want. Now, sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It really depends on how you want your creature to be looking. Like this right here looks cool already, but I won't be stressing out how long I'll just do a quick different pattern than what I usually do. I don't have that unlocked. Some creatures have a natural glow, some creatures don't. And when a creature that doesn't have a natural glow gets a glow, we call that a glimmer. There we go. You have something like that. That looks decent for now. I just made everything darker. Now, there's a difference between males and females, and I will show that when I grow this thing up. You may be wondering, how do you get other creatures, DJ? So, let me explain that as you play, or as you grow your creatures, the more you play, you have to actually be running around though. Or you have to be in-game spawned in to do this, but as you grow, you get these things called shrooms. And shrooms are what you use to buy creatures. You get 5 shrooms every... I don't remember the times, but you get 5 shrooms at a time when it does pay you. This ranks up easily over time, depending on how involved in the game you are. So, I'm doing this all out of order, by the way, so if I miss a few points, don't forget to tell me in the comments down below for people who've already played Creatures of Sonaria. But down here is your stamina bar. Stamina? Stamina? I can't speak today. I'm sorry, guys. Stamina is what gives you the speed to run around as a creature. Oh, hello there, friend. Oh, let me give you the map. As I was saying, I'll do the map later. As I was saying, this stamina lets you run around for how long you can. And now, if you hover over this, there's different icons. As you can see, a list is a carnivore. So you could go around either killing players, killing fish, or you could go and find a meat spawner, which are located around map, and they will spawn in meat, so you don't have to do any of that, and you could just be lazy. One of my friends have popped in, as you can see. Sorry to pause that on you guys, but okay, as I was explaining before, down here we'll show you everything you need to know about whether your creature is thirsty, hungry, or their age. Now, you can see other parts. So, if you're on PC or laptop or whatever, if you're on any keyboard and mouse way of playing, if you press K, then you will get to see the stats of your creature. It'll tell you the age, your juvenile. Now, it'll give you all some different controls here. C is not an aggro. They lie to you on that one. But as you see, it'll show you your stats. So over time, you do grow into your adult creature. You don't start off as a baby, or you don't start off fully grown. No one ever starts off fully grown. But different creatures have different growth times. Some grow faster, some take longer to grow. As you can see, I am almost a teen Liz. Now, Liz is a semi-aquatic, which means you could go in the water, swim around perfectly fine, and you can come down here and hunt. Some creatures, or regular land creatures that aren't semi-aquatic, they are slow in the water. They don't regen stamina like you could if you were a semi-aquatic or a full aquatic. So that means if they lose their stamina, they start to drown. Once your stamina runs out, you start drowning. And as you take damage, this is your starter. Oh, hello, my friends joined me as a list. Starters. Here we go. But this is your health bar down here. It'll show you if you get hit, then some parts of it will turn red depending on how much. Oh, I grew. How much damage something did to you. Get the fish. Now these are NPCs they made in the water for full aquatics because barely anyone plays full aquatic. I'm gonna say now. I like full aquatics myself, but not everyone likes them. But different ones give you different amounts of food. And to check how much food they give, if you press H, you can sniff out things. Like, you can sniff other players, you can sniff out food and water to drink. As you can see, players' lines are purple, meat spawn or meat chunks are a red line, water is a blue line, and herbs are a green line. Now, as you can see, sometimes herbs will grow around. These are faster to eat, but if you can't find any around, flower patches are always the way to go. If you want to be a herb, these will be your lifesaver if you can't find any herbs nearby. Okay, since my friend really likes grabbing onto me, well, I'll show you how grabbing works. So, if you in this game, their weight plays a role in whether you can pick up creatures or pick up players or how much damage you take or give. If you weigh more than something, you take less damage than if it weighs twice as much as you. And if you weigh more than something, if you press E on them, you can pick them up and carry them around. But if you weigh less than them and they weigh a decent more than you, then if you press E on them, you will grab onto them. Now, if you're a herbivore, you cannot grab onto carnivores, but carnivores can grab onto herbivores. Which means, herbs, be careful whenever you're attacking or whenever you're fighting, because carnivores will grab on and keep biting. But as you can see, if I grab my friend Airy, if they pressed E right now, they could release themselves from my clutches. Let me Lion King this. Long live the king. Anyways, okay, here's a case. Yes, when you get low on food or water, you can sniff to find out. Yeah, as you can see, there's food, there's meat, there's herbs over here, meat over here. This is a meat spawner out here. And, okay, now I went over, like, the basic meat, water stuff. Now let me get into using the map. The map here can show you where players are, and show where your friends are or your own pack mates. Not all, you can choose to hide your own dot, so show your marker to everybody, your friends and pack mates are only your pack mates. Whether you want to be chilling out, AFKing, or whether you just want to let everyone know where you are for a challenge. It will give you the choice to do that. Now, let me get into how maybe this will be probably the most important one, but let me give you some PvP tips. So, as some creatures, you might have an ability, some creatures won't. But those who do have abilities, if you press Q, you use your one ability. And if you some creatures have a breath. If you have a breath, you take your mouse and you hold C, and you can shoot your breath wherever you want. It will go down, or your breath will lose ammo. I guess I could put it in that terms. Or it'll take up usage. Usage on breath will regen, but if you use it too much, you will start to take damage and it will kill you. So make sure you be careful about that, because if the green line runs out and it starts filling up red and purple, then that means you're going to die soon if you don't stop. Now, also PvP tip, if you ever have like a status effect or anything, like here, let me get my friend in here helping me with this. Kick you from pack. You bite me when I kick you from the pack. There. I need a quick representation. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Why is it making me later? Thank you. Okay. As you can see, when she bit me, some creatures have an ability called toxic or toxin. That means you give poison you give poison to people when you bite. Now, for our friend the Liz here, when people bite you, they get poison as well. Which means And over time, poison will give you different effects depending on how much. And once you reach about 20 poison, you will start to take damage if you don't lay down. Which is very, very effective against large creatures because it drains their health extremely fast. Now, here, as you can see, I applied a little thing called mud. And mud, as you can see here, over a course of a minute and a half, it will double rates of healing, healing poisons, burns, etc., etc. So, to be able to heal those, you can, if you press Y or X, you sit and or lay down. As you see, Y is laying down, or R is sitting. But if you're on mobile, you click actions. It'll give you the choice sit, lay, and it'll make you lay. And when you sit or lay, you start healing. And mud increases how fast you heal those. So make sure if you're always near mud, or if you're near mud, you always come and grab it by holding N. Or on mobile, you can just do, where is it, mud roll. It'll give, and then when you move, it'll stop. But okay, let me get into seasons. Seasons, well, as you can see, it's winter as of right now. Winter means slower rates of moving. You move slower. You start getting cold, which increases how fast you get hungry and slows you down even more. Make sure you stay in things like caves or somewhere well sheltered, and determining how good the shelter is will change this little house icon. And the house icon, if it's fully green, that means you're in the best shelter you can get. Now, whenever it's winter, you mostly just want to chill out in a cave or somewhere, wait till it's over. But if you're something like if some creatures have a resistance to it, I will show that. Actually, I won't show that, but they do have a resistance to the cold, which means they will not get cold in winter. They'll move around normal speeds and all. So the winter doesn't affect them. They can enter the water during winter. Now, if you're semi-aquatic during winter, you can enter the water perfectly fine. You'll be fine under here, chilling out. But if you're an irregular creature and you touch the water, you will start getting something called hypothermia, which will start draining your health the longer you're in water. As long as you're in water, it'll start doing damage to you, which you don't want that. So make sure you stay away from getting in water whenever you are not a semi-aquatic. And you can test if you're semi-aquatic by going in water and trying to sprint in it by holding shift. Okay, now let me think. What else do I gotta cover? Oh, here's another quick tip for PvPing if you plan on doing that. If you ever get any status effects, if you hold down X, it is your cower, and it will heal your effects, just as if you were sitting or laying down. And whenever you're just cowering, you could go quick and get up instead of having to wait for the full get up animation to stop before you can go and attack again. And mud, you will always want to make sure you have mud because it also hides your scent from other players, as well as increase your healing rate, as I said before, which can make it to where you can run off, heal, get back in the battle as fast as you can. Let's do this. Now, let me see. Okay, this will be a part in here. Actually, you know what? I'll just cut this into 2 parts. That'll be all for this part of the tutorial. I'll show you guys more of the next part, but if you like this one, thought it was helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, and to be there for the next one, and I'll see you later, Wolfpack.